All right, hello there, welcome back to another wee bit different video. Today's video, we're going to be having a sad / happy discussion for some of you. You know, I feel like it's one or the other, no real in between. Happy that this could be the end of the Warriors dynasty. Sad for you Warrior fans that you don't want it to be the end of the Warriors dynasty. But in all reality, the question that a lot of us ask, or some of us really feel like we know the answer to already, is this the end of the Golden State Warriors dynasty? We're going to get into some of the discussion. There was a post on the subreddit for NBA. The Golden State Warriors have been eliminated from the 2024 playoffs contention. Klay Thompson going 0 for 10 in an elimination game. Steph Curry clearly just not healthy, and we'll get into why that is and what exactly is affecting him. And then just to get into some of your guys' thoughts. So let's get straight into it. A couple of the comments that I want to talk about right away, of course. Let's get it out of the way right now. Klay Thompson tonight, 0 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Alex Len tonight, 0 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Klay had 29 minutes of play. He went 0 for 10. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of comments talking about Klay. Klay and I had the same number of points tonight. Chris Paul, I had to upvote this because I thought it was hilarious. Chris Paul finally figured out how to beat the Warriors. I mean, yeah, it's just tough, man. Like, I'm feeling a little bit for Steph Curry because, you know, even though he's had so much success, I don't think he deserved to be left having to carry this team on his back the way he has for the past several years. The fall of the West Coast Roman Empire. Klay could build Rome in a day with all his bricks. Bricks are made of clay after all. I love what he did here, Klay. Like, not Klay Thompson, but Klay, but he used Klay Thompson as a name because Klay is shooting bricks. I didn't need to explain the joke, but I wanted to. And yeah, to top comment, people really think that this is the end. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't one of those people. End of an era. Would be insane if 0 points was Klay's last game as a Warrior. And the jokes will continue to keep on coming. Klay just set a record for most phone calls received from China in a day. Didn't think his phone had a long distance in it. Oh, why are they are going in on Klay, bro? I mean, honestly, some of these are hilarious. I will not even pretend. I'm not a Warriors fan. I'm a Lakers fan, for those of you that aren't aware. And yes, of course, the Kings. This was our Super Bowl. This was huge for them because they got revenge from last season. You're losing to the Warriors in 7 games, game 7. That was tough for the Kings. But ultimately, I think the number one question that comes out of this is, not will the Kings beat the Pelicans, not will the Kings go the distance in the playoffs, is bigger picture, is this the end of the Warriors? And I don't think it's the end per se, because for as long as Steph is there, they'll always be relevant. But yes, Klay probably looking like he's going to go. Chris Paul, there's uncertainties around his future. Not that he's a real big deal in the Warriors. But realistically, what is Steph going to do in that Golden State roster? Also, Steph, like I said, clearly wasn't healthy. We're going to take a look at some of his minutes. And looking at it is pretty damn alarming because, to give you guys an idea of how much minutes LeBron played against the Pelicans, was 40 minutes. 40. Steph played yesterday. Where was it? Where is it? It's somewhere. I know it's here. Okay, maybe they don't have playing stats for the game log, but Steph played yesterday 36 minutes. But even looking at his minute count throughout these games, New Orleans Pelicans lost by 5, only 32 minutes. Against Portland, 36 minutes, which is actually a lot for Steph, believe it or not. 32 minutes against the Lakers, 35 minutes against Dallas, 30 minutes against Houston, but that was a blowout. 31 minutes, they barely beat Dallas. 32 minutes, barely beat San Antonio. 32 minutes, blowout. 35 minutes, won by 8. 31 minutes. Okay, they won by 21 though. 29 minutes, but they lost by 4. They lost by 4. And he had 29 minutes against the Timberwolves. Like you just look at these minute totals and you're thinking he's not playing a lot of minutes as much as we would typically expect in these huge games. I can tell you right now, his minute total for the season was 32 minutes on average per game, which is low, which is really low for a player of his caliber. I can tell you for sure that he was taking off the injury report headed into this game with, I think, his left ankle or right ankle sprain, one or the other, but it was clearly affecting him. The dude, I'm sorry, but if someone like LeBron, who's 39 years old, going to go on 40, LeBron himself, when he needs to play 30, 39 minutes, 40 minutes, 41 minutes, 42 minutes, like LeBron's going to get that time in. Steph, unfortunately, was very affected by that ankle, clearly, because you don't play that low without it. And if you look back 2 years ago into how Steph was playing, let's take a look at that championship run, right? Seeing how much minutes Steph was playing. I mean, yeah, you can see it clear as day right here. You know, when they need to win, 40 minutes from Steph Curry in game 6. Yeah, game 6. Game 5, let's see how many minutes we get from Steph. I apologize for the long loading. We got 37 minutes. So, I mean, yes, you can say, oh, but that's the NBA Finals. This game was do or die. This was the final game. They needed to win. And 41 minutes right here. This is 2 years ago. This is their championship run from the Warriors. This game they lost by 16. Steph, 37 minutes. Like, they're not afraid to use Steph when they need Steph. And it seems like this year he was just greatly affected. 38 minutes here. You might be thinking, is 3-4 minutes that big of a deal? Yes. Yes, it is. 3-4 minutes is that big of a deal. And when you look at some of these games where Steph has only 30, 31 minutes, 32 minutes, and must-win games, that is concerning. He was clearly injured. So next year, assuming you get Steph Curry back to good health, I think the Warriors are always going to be a threat as long as Steph Curry is part of that team. But at the same time, unless they make any drastic changes, which, let's be honest, what can they do realistically with their situation? They don't really have much tradable assets. What can they do to possibly surround Steph with the best possible roster? I'm not sure. So I think that dynasty run is over. Klay's probably gone. He's going to take whatever contract is going to pay him the most, let's be honest. Now, I don't even know who's going to pay him a strong amount, but Klay's probably gone. Draymond has been going off the rails. And then you look at takes like this, Steph was part of the problem tonight, honestly. All I saw was him getting double-teamed every possession because nobody else could score to save their lives. Except Kuminga like usual, but his defense still needs a lot of work. Steph was priorities number 1, 2, and 3 for the Kings defense tonight. He had no chance. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, I've seen not a lot of comments, but there's far and few. There's a little bit of comments is what I'm trying to say. There's a little bit of comments where I'm seeing like people saying Steph isn't doing this or Steph isn't doing that. For one, the minutes are low, especially from what we're used to. 2, what do you want him to do? What the like seriously, is anyone watching these games? What the fuck do you want this guy to do? I like Stephen Curry as a player. I own a lot of his shoes. I'm a huge fan. But the Warriors aren't even my favorite team, bro. I'm not even trying to glaze this team. I'll be the first one to tell you I probably glaze LeBron too much, AD too much. I'm a huge Lakers fan. Do I think the Lakers have a chance against the Nuggets? No. But I'm gonna be cheering my ass off for them to beat the Nuggets, and I hope to God that the Lakers can beat the Nuggets. I would be so happy. I don't have any dog in this fight like with the Warriors, but if you're gonna say Steph's part of the fucking problem, you're just ignorant. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're literally just ignorant. What can anyone do with this fucking roster? Klay's going 0 for 10. What the fuck do you want Steph to do? Look how the Kings are handling Steph Curry, bro. What the fuck do you want him to do? Like, it's just ignorant. It's so ignorant, honestly. He didn't go nuclear, but he was still getting double teamed every single possession and still dropped 20 something. So, I mean, you look at Stan Van Gundy talking on the broadcast saying like they're forcing Steph to do everything. The Warriors offense is forcing Steph to literally just do everything. Like, what do you want him to do, bro? It's beyond ignorant. Like the disrespect they're putting on Curry. Like they won a championship 2 years ago, not because of anyone else, because of Curry. Did other people put in their way? Of course. But Curry single-handedly put them on, bro. Again, Wiggins looked way better. Jordan Poole looked way better. You know, of course you're getting some from Dre. But Steph Curry is the biggest piece of the pie, and it's not even close. It's not even close. Also, this comment's pretty hilarious. I'm looking for a washing machine. Is Klay Thompson a good friend? Nope. None of the clothes make it to the basket. God damn, these guys are going fucking in. And thus ends the dynasty. Ultimately, people feel that this is over. The dynasty is over. And I would agree that the dynasty is over. I think if you have a healthy Steph Curry, who clearly isn't restricted by minutes, I think that will drastically help them staying relevant in terms of at least being a play-in / playoff team. I don't think they'll ever win another championship. As far as this roster goes, they would need some help for sure. Don't know how they can do that. I think Bob Myers, is it Bob Meyer or Bob Myers? We're gonna Bob Myers. Okay, he left at the perfect time. He knew what he was doing. There's certain things that you just can't save, and the Warriors had a great run. Curry's got 4. He's got 4. Great run for the Warriors, but yeah, it's looking like the end for them in terms of this dynasty. Now, I'm sure if Steph wanted to, he could win somewhere else, but I think Steph Curry is definitely a Golden State Warrior through and through. Klay Thompson, well, I think that's that as well. But again, on a side note, if the Lakers can pull through, God, I would be so happy. I know this isn't a Lakers video, but I see them right here, and I'm thinking about them versus the Nuggets, and I'm nervous. Objectively speaking, I know we're fucked, but when you're a fan of a team, you don't think objectively. You're just biased as hell, and my bias is showing that I hope and pray to God they can go through. But anyway, I appreciate you guys for watching. Any of you dumbasses, yes, I know I'm never this harsh about people. But if you are truly one of those people who are like, Steph Curry is not good enough, like, this team isn't good enough. This has nothing to do with Steph, bro. Like, stop. I don't want to shit on other people for their opinions, but like at some point it's just dumb. Like, can we just not do that? Like, seriously, can we just not be dumb? Anyway, I appreciate you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of the discussion. I think a lot of people share the same sentiment that, yeah, it's probably the end of the dynasty. Some people are saying it is. I would agree with them. I don't think it's the end of the Golden State Warriors, at least competing for as long as they have Steph, but I don't see a championship coming from this team at all. But I appreciate you guys for watching. This is I'll Even Different. As always, this is I'll Even Different. We've been different. And we out.